This will be I'm hoping it'll be a relatively short video because it's the same thing as 3, 4. It's the same thing. Actually, it's 3, 3, 3, 4, 3, 5. Multiplying 1, not now, 1 and 2-digit numbers, and 3-digit numbers by 1 or 2-digit numbers. But now they're throwing in zeros, which really actually makes it easier. And they give us an example here, and you can see it right there. Step 1, 2, and 3. Step 1, find 31 times 208, and then multiply them. And so I'm just going to go through this really quick and maybe do a couple problems with you. I'm not worried about the convince me. We're just going to skip that for now since we're kind of tight on time today. So I'm looking at the guided practice. Let me just look at number 3, for example. Number 3, it's 205 times 23. Okay? So 3 times 5 is 15. Put down the 5, carry the 1, just like you always do. Then you look at 3 times 0. Well, anything times 0 is what? 0. Okay? So 0 plus 1 is what? 1. So you just pull down the 1. And then we have 3 times 2, which is 6. So we're done with the first row. We're done with the 3. Remember always to move in one spot, put yourself a little placeholder 0 there. And then 2 times 5 is 15. I'm sorry, 2 times 5 is 10. Put down the 0, carry the 1. 2 times 0 is 0, plus 1 is 1. And then 2 times 2 is 4. It's always important to keep things lined up. Then you just simply add it up. 0 and 5 is 5. 0 and 1 is 1. And 6 and 1 is 7. And then 4, and put your comma. And then you have your answer to, what was that, number 3 we did? Yeah. So it's 4,715. Whoops. Okay, let's look at number 6. I'm going to move down a little bit here. And number 6 is a little different. It's got 2 zeros in it, which again, and as far as I'm concerned, it makes it even easier. It's important to keep things lined up. That's probably where most students make their mistakes, when they don't line things up. So this is number 6, it's 302 times 30. Well, remember, anything times 0 is 0. So 0 times 2 is 0. 0 times 0 is obviously 0. And 0 times 3 is 0. Done with the first row. You still need to put a little placeholder 0. Don't sharpen now, thank you. And then the first thing you do is 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 0 is 0. Still have to put something down. Don't just leave it blank. And then 3 times 3 is 9. We're adding those up. You want to keep things lined up. 0 and 0. And then 6. And then 0 and 0. And then 9. And so there's the answer to number 6. That was 9,060. Yes, question.
There's actually no purpose of putting the 0.
There's actually what?
There's actually no purpose of putting the 0 next to the 6 because it equals nothing. You're just moving one.
Right, but it's a placeholder, as I said. I think it'll help keep things lined up. You're talking about this 0 here?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you definitely want to put a placeholder there. I mean, you could leave it blank, but I think students that leave it blank sometimes forget and then would put the 6 there, which would be in the wrong spot. Okay, any questions on this so far? No? No questions. All right. So they've got a bunch of problems like the 2 I just did, and I expect you guys to do those. And then let's look at the problem solving real quick here. 27 students in Mr. Mello's class. Find the total number of pages the students read by the end of November. So they've got September, October, November. It says by the end of November, so I'm assuming they're talking about all 3 months. So, find the total number of pages the students have read by the end of November. So I'm guessing, kind of guessing, it's going to be 27 times September, which is 35. That's going to equal something. And then 27 times 38. That's going to equal something. And then 27 times 35. All right, and then those three answers, you're going to add those up. And then you'll have your answer to number 19. Number 20, each student read 41 pages in December. They don't have that down there. How many total pages did the students read by the end of December? So now in this one, it's going to be 27 times 35, okay, equals something. Whatever that is, you then add it to the total here, to the one up above. Add to that answer. All right? 21, Meredith says that 15.17 is greater than 15.8 because 17 is greater than 8. Do you agree? Explain your reasoning. I do expect you to do that one. I'm not going to help you out with that one. I want you guys to think about that. What's wrong with her reasoning? Number 22, use structure. Trudy wants to multiply 66 times 606. She says that all she has to do is find 6 times 606 and then double the number. Explain why Trudy's method will not give the correct answer, because it won't. That will not work. In fact, a student asked me something similar to this the other day. And then show how to find the correct product or answer, because a product is the answer to a multiplication problem. So definitely want you to do 22. And then 23, Maria needs a trombone for 12 months. Renting the trombone costs $34 per month. She can buy a trombone for $495. Should she buy or rent? Explain. So which costs more, to rent or to buy? They give you the cost of buying it, and then you're going to have to figure out the cost of renting. Renting is going to be 12 times 34, and that's going to equal something. So you're going to have to compare the two. Number 24, another music store rents trombones for $30 a month plus a yearly fee of $48. Which deal is better? Which deal is better? Okay. And should she change her rental plan? So there's two questions here. So notice that in this one here, at the other music store, it's $30 per month. And in this one over here, it's $34 per month, but there's no yearly fee. So there's going to be a difference, and you want to figure out which one is better. That's a good question. Okay. And 25, I'm not worried about. You guys can X that out. All right. I'm not worried about 25. You've done a bunch of those on the page previous, or the previous page. Okay. Questions on any of this, you guys? No? Okay. All right, really quick, I want to go over some of the questions that are going to be on the quiz. I mean, these aren't the exact questions, but I just wanted to remind you guys. You might see something like this. Let's take a look at it here. It says 52 times 10, and there's that little caret. It's a little arrow kind of pointing up, and that's the sign of an exponent. So if I wrote 10 and the caret and 3, that's the same as 10 cubed. Okay, so remember the number that follows that little caret, that means that's the exponent. Okay? So, for example, 52 times 10 squared, what would that be? 52 times 10 squared. Ms. Gunderson. Another way to look at it is 52 times 10 squared. It's the same thing. So don't make it harder than it is.
5,200.
Yeah, 5,200. All she did was add 2 zeros to it. And she knew to add 2 zeros because the exponent is 2. The exponent is 2. Okay, put up 10 points. Next one, Mr. Eberhardt. Mr. Eberhardt, it's 38 times 10, and the exponent, as you can see here, is 3. What would that be? 38,000. He just added 3 zeros because, again, the exponent is 3, so he just added 3 zeros. Put up 10 points. All right, the last two I just want to show you. It says, what is the missing exponent? What is the missing exponent? So here's what they have. You'll see a couple problems like this. It might say 67 times 10, and then the little exponent caret, and they don't give you the exponent. You don't know what it is. But then they give you the answer. And it's 670, comma, 000. See, some of you know what it is. Okay. Let me pull the stick here. Mr. Willer, do you know what it is? What the missing exponent is? 4. How did you know it was 4? Because there's 4 zeros. I mean, the 67 is identical. Then you just see 4 zeros. So it would be 4. That's the missing number. Nicely done. Put up 10 points. All right, next one, last one I'm going to show you guys is, let's see here, Miss Maldonado. It's 14 times 10, and there's an exponent. We don't know what it is. What's the missing exponent?
2.
2. How do you know it's 2?
Because there's 2 zeros.
There's 2 zeros. Okay. It's 14. That's the same, and then there's just 2 zeros added, so it's 2. Okay. Questions on this, you guys? Because I know there's a couple questions like that on the quiz. What's the missing exponent? All right. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to end this video here.